The German battleship Bismarck was sunk in a ferocious firefight on May 27, 1941, leaving only 118 of her 2,200 crew members alive. When a British destroyer arrived to pick up the prisoners, they discovered an unexpected survivor, a black and white cat clinging to a floating plank. This cat chased rodents and improved British morale for several months until a torpedo attack destroyed the hull and sank the ship. But amazingly, not the cat. Unsinkable Sam rowed with the rescued sailors to Gibraltar and worked as a ship cat on 3 more vessels, one of which was also sank before retiring to the Belfast Home for sailors. Many may not think of cats as serviceable sailors or cooperative companions of any kind, but cats have been working alongside humans for thousands of years, helping us just as often as we help them. So how did these solitary creatures go from wild predator to naval officer to sofa sidekick? Domestication of the contemporary house cat can be traced back to the Fertile Crescent at the commencement of the Neolithic era more than 10,000 years ago. People were learning to manipulate nature to their advantage, producing far more food than farmers could consume at one day. Large pits and short clay silos were used by Neolithic farmers to store extra grain. However, these food reserves drew hordes of rodents as well as its predators. Felis sylvestris libica, a wild cat prevalent in North Africa and Southwest Asia. These carnivorous wildcats were fast and vicious hunters. They were also strikingly similar in size and looked so domestic cats today. The primary distinctions were that ancient wildcats were more muscular, had striped coats, and were less gregarious with other cats and humans. These normally solitary animals were drawn in by the quantity of prey in rodent-infested granaries, and just as wild cats learned to tolerate humans and other cats around lunch, we believe farmers tolerated the cats in exchange for free pest control. The bond was so strong that the cats accompanied Neolithic farmers from Anatolia to Europe and the Mediterranean. The 7 seas were plagued by vermin. Cats were necessary sailing companions since they ate supplies and gnawed at rope lines. The Egyptians domesticated their own local cats around the same time these Anatolian globe-trotting cats set sail. Domestic cats were revered in Egyptian religious culture for their capacity to dispatch deadly snakes, catch birds, and kill rodents. They were immortalized in frescoes, hieroglyphs, statues, and even graves, where they were mummified alongside their owners. Egyptian ship cats sailed down the Nile, fending off harmful river snakes. They, too, began to travel from port to port after graduating to larger vessels. Ships going between India and Egypt during the Roman Empire carried the lineage of the Central Asian wildcat, Fs ornata. Centuries later, in the Middle Ages, Egyptian cats voyaged up to the Baltic Sea onto the ships of Viking seafarers, and both the Near Eastern and North African wildcats, probably tamed at this point, continued to travel across Europe, eventually setting sail for Australia and the Americas. Most domestic cats nowadays are descended from either the Near Eastern or Egyptian lineages of Apis libica. close examination of modern cats' genomes and coat patterns, however, reveals that, unlike dogs which have undergone centuries of selective breeding, modern cats are genetically quite similar to ancient cats. We've done little to change their natural tendencies except for making them more gregarious and docile. In other words, cats today are essentially the same as they have always been. Animals in the wild, strong hunters, creatures who do not see humans as their keepers, and given our extensive history, they could be correct.